Hello, and welcome to another reading. This time I'm going to be reading Avallum, and they're 3 months from now. Alright, so after shuffling the cards, here we are with the Nine of Wands, the Knight of Wands, Four of Wands, Four of Cups, and Three of Cups. So to start with the Nine of Wands, I get this feeling that the boys wanted to do something and it's kind of like getting postponed or delayed, and finally it is now coming to a reality. So they will finally be able to do that thing. Maybe the management has some restrictions on them, that's why it's been getting delayed, or maybe at worst they won't approve of this activity. But the boys keep defending this activity that they wanted to do. They're like, they really wanted to, do it. They were passionate on doing it. But there are some things that maybe is not aligned with their company. So it keeps on getting delayed. Maybe there are some things that was changed and updated, and they were kind of like going back and forth on what could be shared or what could be approved. And so, the Nine of Wands, the person on the Nine of Wands, he looks tired, he looks weary, but he's determined to keep and protect the thing that he is passionate about. And then we have the Nine of Wands, which is also kind of similar to the perseverance and determination of the Nine of Wands, because Knight of Wands means like he has the action, he has the drive in, taking off to somewhere. And the Knight of Wands is taking the project or the activity that they wanted to do and then share it to the world. Maybe the boys were like, we really wanted to do this. I hope the management will approve this one. We can cut off some things that maybe you think is not appropriate, or maybe add this one, or maybe remove this one. But at the core of this activity, we really want to do it. So maybe the boys are, defending. Like a thesis defense. And so we have the Four of Wands, which means a perfected work. So the boys proposed something like a project or an activity or a content, and there were some things that needs to be polished, and maybe that's why the reason that it was postponed, because maybe they kind of ask some experts to what else could be done to make this project better. And so 3 months from now, it will be perfect. It will be something that they will celebrate about, like, finally we did it. It was perfect. It was better than what was initially proposed. It was better than expected. And so they will celebrate. Maybe after the activity, maybe they were kind of live streaming it, and after the activity they were like hugging and things like, we did it, I can't believe we did it. And they were like, dancing and celebrating and thanking the staff, the management, the each other, things like that. And with the Four of Cups, You know how you're like doing a project, like you've been working on it very hard, you were preparing for it like a long time ago, you were giving your blood, sweat, and tears. And then once it's done, you kind of like felt empty since you were preparing for it like so for how many months. You've worked on it very hard, and now that it's done, you're like, so what's next? I get the feeling that right after this activity, the boys will be like celebrating, and then a moment later they'll be like, so what are we gonna do next? So yeah, they're kind of like bummed that it's done, and that although it was very successful, it was perfect, but what else could be done? It's done. And finally, the Three of Cups. This is quite similar to the Four of Wands in a sense that it also means celebration. It means playfulness, and specifically with friends. Like maybe, oh, for the Four of Wands, they were celebrating with the other staff, like the management and others, and then they will have that, and then they will celebrate, like the Avallum boys will celebrate on their own, maybe with some booze. I don't know, but yeah, there's that. That's a very nice reading. This achievement, this milestone on their career, they will be celebrating it, and they will not hold back on celebrating. So yeah, that's for Avallum's 3 months. But if you guys have any requests, you can comment them, and maybe we'll do a reading for that. Anyways, thank you so much again. Bye.